I was in this corner for a while and I noticed the guy was staring at me. It felt like anywhere I moved, he kept following. I couldn't tell if I was being paranoid or if he was just reading a book and he just happened to be in that little corner. Anyways, I recorded just in case he was trying to say anything or do anything to me. But I definitely didn't expect him to do this. Like, what the actual fuck? And the whole time I'm thinking I'm fine because he hasn't said anything or touched me or anything. But then you notice that he goes over and does the same thing to this girl. And he'll crouch down low and pretend like he's doing something and then smell? I don't know.
What are you doing?
I was so freaked out when I turned around and saw him literally under me, so freaking close to me. So I decided to tell the front desk.
He's a really creepy guy. He has like these red beads and he's like pretending like he's tying shoes and I think he's like smelling people. Maybe like around there. Pull up imagine now.
I just watched the video back because I was trying to figure out what he was doing so close to me and it freaked. Like, I'm so disgusted and I feel like really violated even though you didn't touch me, but it just feels really gross and weird.
This week has been a really weird news week. First, we had Chuck E. Cheese himself get arrested in front of a bunch of horrified kids at a birthday party. And now, this morning, I had someone enthusiastically messaging me, all excited because apparently the serial booty sniffer has now been caught and arrested. Now, when I saw this news, I was shocked because I didn't even know that there was a booty sniffer out here on the loose. I follow the news every day. Somehow, some way, the booty sniffer escaped my attention. But then I saw the words serial butt sniffer, and I think that implies that this guy or this gal, whoever this booty sniffer is, I think that if you put serial in front of butt sniffer, it must mean that they have sniffed butts before. Maybe they have a long history of victims whose butts they have sniffed. I don't know. But serial butt sniffer, that just sounds crazy. And like I said, it kind of lets you know right off the bat that this person, has struck before. Let's just say that. Now, the clip that you saw at the beginning of this video was from one of the first times that this serial butt sniffer got caught. But what I'm here to talk about today is a totally separate event involving the same butt sniffer. Apparently, this guy has been arrested multiple times, and they never keep him behind bars for long, so he always comes back out into the general public, and he wreaks havoc. People in his area where he lives, they know of him. You gotta watch out for him. You might cut a corner too quickly at a grocery store, and he's kind of right there just waiting to catch a whiff of your pass-by air. It's crazy. It's crazy, but they finally got this guy again, and I'm hoping that this time they keep him behind bars for longer, because from my understanding, this is like the third, fourth time he's been arrested for sniffing butts. He's also been peeping into people's windows and stuff at their house. This guy's a real danger, but they just keep letting him out, and he just keeps sniffing butts, and no one where he lives is safe. They all know, if you're going to the grocery store, if you're going to Walmart, if you're going to Barnes & Nobles, wherever you go, you may run into the serial booty sniffer. I know it sounds crazy. This is real. This is real. I'm going to dive into an article so we can find out what just happened to this guy. But first, if you're here, if you enjoy the videos, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button. It's simple, it's free, it's easy. I know you may think that it means nothing, that it's just there for decoration, but it's not. It helps my channel out a lot. So hit that like button. And if you want to help the channel out even further, you could always donate via Cash App or Super Thanks. That's always greatly appreciated as well. But with that being said, let's dive right in, not to these booty cheeks, but into this article. Serial butt sniffer arrested again for sticking snaz in woman's backside at a Nordstrom rack. A notorious butt sniffing freak. Oh my God, a notorious butt sniffing freak was thrown behind bars again after he was allegedly caught putting his snaz near the backside of an unsuspecting woman at a Nordstrom rack in California. Elise Karen Crowder, age 36, was arrested on Tuesday after he was captured on security cams crouching near a woman and sniffing her butt in the women's section of the Burbank Empire Center department store. Police said that the registered offender was seen trailing the innocent shopper around the store before sticking his nose where it doesn't belong, a disturbing act he's already been busted for multiple times. The Glendale pervert was eventually taken into custody inside a nearby Walmart. He is currently on active parole for a series of lewd offenses dating back to 2021, said police, who initially responded to the retail chain following reports of a suspicious man lurking around the woman's apparel section. Crowder made national headlines in August of 2023 after a viral TikTok video showed him sneaking up behind women at a Burbank Barnes & Noble's and sniffing their butts. He was also arrested later that month for peeping into a family home in Glendale, but he was quickly released. The career predator had reportedly been locked up previously for indecent exposure, in addition to burglary and robbery charges. Crowder was charged with intent to commit a crime and is being held on $100,000 bail. He is due back in court on August 1st. And, you know, you would hope that this guy would be held and kept in jail for a while. But unfortunately, with this guy and with many others like him, you know, history kind of just repeats itself over and over. They do something creepy and crazy, they get locked up, and then they get released right back out. And they just keep doing the creepy and crazy stuff. They never learn their lesson. They never stop. They just continue doing it. And it's like a revolving door. They go to jail for a month. They come out and sniff some butts. They go to jail for a week. They come out and sniff some cheeks. They go to jail for a couple of days. They come out and put their nose in someone's butt crack. I mean, literally, this guy has multiple arrests now for doing this. Also has arrests for burglary and robbery. Also has arrests for peeping into people's houses, indecent exposure, all of that, yet just released right back out onto the streets so you could terrorize other people. And now people living in this area, they don't feel safe going to Barnes & Noble's because they can't have a coffee and read the latest magazine or the latest Oprah's Book Club novel without this guy walking around, literally crawling around like the Gollum from the Lord of the Rings, crawling around on all fours, creeping around smelling butts. God. It's crazy. It is crazy, but he has struck before, and he will most likely strike again. Something is telling me that we haven't heard the last of this serial butt sniffer. And, you know, that tells you everything you need to know. Because after sniffing a couple of butts, maybe even just one butt, we shouldn't have heard from this guy ever again. But unfortunately, like I was explaining, they just released these people right back out onto the streets, and then they terrorize innocent people. It sucks. It sucks because we see this happening so much around the country. And things maybe are getting a little bit better in some areas, but in a lot of areas there hasn't been any change. So hopefully they keep him locked up. I mean, there's plenty of butts for him to sniff in prison. Maybe he's sniffing that prison butt right now. Maybe he's happy. Maybe the only reason he gets out of jail and sniffs butts is because he's really trying to go back to the prison butt. I don't know. Who knows what goes through, the mind of people like that. But you guys go ahead and let me know what you think about this story down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.